What's up, squad? It's Brandon from the Bantu Sun. Thank you so much for joining me today. So, I have to ask this question of you all because it's one I've been scratching my head on. And that is President Trump brilliant or a madman? Obviously, results will say he's brilliant. It's not that many people that can be a politician, and it's not that many people that can be a billionaire, and even less, it is almost impossible to be a billionaire and become a politician of the highest degree, and that is the president of the United States. So when you look at the results, he's obviously brilliant. What proposition is questioned on my end is just reading some of these articles. He's put a lot of things out there. You can't question this man's commitment and energy to his job. And at the rapid pace, he's making every second count like he said he would. And that's one thing that's not political about him. A lot of politicians talk a lot of things, but Trump promised that he was going to throw his all into his presidency. He did it in the first one, and he's doing it again. But when I look at some of the results, when you look at, I just saw Canadian flag sales surge. So Trump's VP is over in Europe. JD Vance is over in Europe, giving him and the Secretary of Defense, they're over in Europe telling the Europeans they need to get on the ball, saying, hey, enough of the talk. Let's get strong. We need weapons. Um, and that really is shaking things up. And because it is true that a strong West requires a strong West. Like it requires industrialization, commercial and technological advancement. You can't just sit on your laurels and develop a robust welfare state which produces nothing. I mean, it's condescending at the same time, but is it talking down out of ridicule or out of love? And if Trump is saying we're coming back closer, but what he's doing, he's also making these European countries wake up and worry about their own defense. As VP Vance said, Europe's greatest threat is not Russia, but in itself. And that's a challenge to them to be a better version of themselves, to get into shape and get some things accomplished. I and I don't see how that does not eventually lead. He's pushing them to get that four. He say four. No, you know how you get them to pay 4%. You try to get them to pay 5%. And it's always been hard to get them, the European or other NATO countries, to pay their 4%. There are a select few that do. Couple, Poland in particular, UK, the Greece was a big one, and a couple Baltic states. But it's really hard to get Europe to really engage in NATO fully because America has been such an umbrella. And now that he's saying, okay, we're going to pull back, we're going to become America first, this might basically push them to raise their GDP, which basically ensures their existence because they're taking the competitive steps required for them to be strong and enduring and advance. You look at Canada. I just saw an article. Canadian flag sales have soared. When have Canada ever been known for staunch nationalism? Trump comes in and starts talking about annexing them, and now Canadians are starting to sit upright. And even they are starting to say, okay, how do we get our things in order? America's not always going to be our big protector. Look at Gaza. He said the wildest things. He basically wants to give Gaza. He wants to take over Gaza, develop it, which will probably most likely ends in a result with the Israelis. Who knows? But Arab countries are tripping over themselves trying to find alternative solutions to this. Like, how long has this violence? How long have people been campaigning on we need peace in the Middle East? And now with Trump saying we're going to go in, America's going to go in and take Gaza, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, all these Middle Eastern countries that have been sitting on their laurels, like, condemning Israel, and at the same time not providing any refuge for the Palestinians in their homeland. Now all of a sudden they're creating think tanks and brainstorming sessions to try to figure out a more enduring and beneficial situation for the Palestinians around the Palestinians Israeli situation. So the urgency at which they're doing that is insane. Egypt hosting conferences, Saudi Arabia is proposing alternatives. Like, you haven't saw that much enthusiasm to get this thing sorted out. for people can stop losing lives. I'll give you another one. Panama. Panama just pulled out the Belt and Road Initiative, right? And slowly but surely, Trump is talking about how Panama has been abusing America with rates, and the Chinese are getting too close. They go down there and start talking about annexing Panama because they're getting too cozy with China. Next thing you know, Panama is pulling out the Belt and Road Initiative, that China's great development and cooperative agreement. That quickly, that easy. So on the surface, you say, "Wow, these things are outlandish," but when you look at the, as I say, you get that for every action has an equal opposite reaction. When you look at the reaction and the desire, and the reaction is desire, you have to say, you know, the sort of distance between 2 points is a straight line, and if that line be tart, if it be rash, brash, if it be coarse, if it be blunt, then so be it. Because these are all adjectives that basically curtails time. It makes things happen quickly. So you gotta understand, like, do you judge something by the way it tastes or the nutrition it gives your body? So it's really, really interesting. I still, obviously the man is a brilliant man. Obviously the man is a madman. But I would probably the question that, can you be brilliant and not mad? Just as that would be a question to ask on the other end. So I would love to hear your comments. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts and how you see things going. Do you think Trump is brilliant, mad, both, or neither? Like, share, subscribe if you enjoy the content. Until next time, Bantu up.